You're watching The 7 from WATE 6 on your side.
Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to The 7. You know, every day at this time, we walk you through the big stories of the day, and on this Tuesday, October 26th, we begin with our sit-down with Knox County Sheriff Tom Spangler. It's a big story because the sheriff says his office will not go along with the federal vaccine mandate. Sheriff Spangler made that clear yesterday in a letter sent to President Joe Biden. He calls the mandate government overreach. Spangler told us today he's not against vaccines, but when it comes to the pending order for businesses with 100 or more workers to get their staff vaccinated or test negative weekly, he sees it unconstitutional and risky to the public that deputies protect. The sheriff argues that if he enforced the mandate, he'd lose staff at a time when officer retention is already tough, stretching his department even thinner and putting citizens in danger.
Law enforcement has not only lost people due to retirement and or people just wanting to get completely out of law enforcement, but it's also hard to retain the people that we have. With that being said, if I mandate something that as far as I'm concerned is unconstitutional, if we mandated something like that, Knox County is going to suffer. Knox County citizens will suffer out here because our numbers, we're already losing people today, and those numbers cannot continue to go down.
Sheriff does not know exactly how many employees he would lose. He says the full staffing is close to 1,100 with around 960 workers now. We also spoke with Attorney Marcos Garza about the chance of blowback coming from Washington.
Don't know how quickly the federal government is going to act on trying to impose a sanction on every single one of these folks. I think that would be really difficult and really time consuming. So I would think it's a likely concern or possible ramification, but do I think it'll happen quickly and will it necessarily happen? Probably not anytime soon because of the amount of litigation that will probably surround that if the federal government chooses to move forward with trying to implement those sanctions.
And we also asked Sheriff Spangler if concerns about COVID and the jail and the loss of a deputy to the virus weighed into the sheriff's stance. He said he does not take the severity of COVID lightly at all. Our next big story for you broke really in the last 2 hours when an FDA panel voted to endorse Pfizer's vaccine for kids ages 5 to 11. This is just a recommendation, a final decision to expect within the next few days. If so, shots could begin as early as late next week. Now, young kids would get a dose that's 1/3 the amount of what's given to teens and adults. Now to the latest COVID-19 numbers. Today, Knox County's health department reported 5 new deaths. This now means there's a total of 914 people who have died in Knox County. Active cases are up slightly from yesterday, back over 1,300, and there are 21 available ICU beds for our entire region. Yesterday, there were 30. Now, the Knox County school system has now formally made its appeal to the federal 6th Circuit Court in the lawsuit over the mask mandate. We told you earlier in the month that this was coming. A judge in a lower court told the district to put a mask mandate in place while he considers the arguments. Of course, we're going to continue to follow this case closely for you. Our next big 7 at 7 story, a man found shot along North Broadway in Fountain City. The call came into police just after 4 o'clock. Officers found a man near the road with at least 1 gunshot wound. He's at an area hospital tonight. Police say the suspect drove off, but they cannot offer a name or description. Of course, we're going to keep you posted as we learn more. And another big update to a big story we first brought you this morning. Knoxville police are saying it was an 18-year-old found dead in a car that had flipped on its top, and they are telling us the suspect is a 15-year-old boy. The wrecked car was found on Chancellor Avenue in Knoxville's Mechanicsville neighborhood. About an hour ago, police revealed the victim's name, Junior Santiago. Now, they are not naming the suspect because of his age. The teen was booked into the juvenile detention center. We are told the teen faces a gun charge and more charges are pending. We have a crew at a vigil happening right now in Sevier County, part of a big story that we've followed since the weekend. The vigil is for the county's court clerk, Connie Holt, one of 2 people found dead in a home on Eagleview Way. Now, our crew sent back this video from that vigil, and we told you yesterday about the shock leaders and neighbors felt at the death of this longtime civil servant. Well, yesterday, the district attorney told us that this appears to be a murder-suicide. The other person found dead in Holt's home was Eric Peters, described as Holt's boyfriend or fiance. Now, we're going to have more from the people gathered to remember Holt tonight for you at 11 o'clock. And now we're learning more about the deadly wreck from the weekend. It's our next Big 7 at 7 story, a deadly crash involving a passenger van. Here's what Clinton police are telling us right now. 2 people were killed, 8 more were hurt. Clinton police say the driver jerked the steering wheel at the Clinton Norris exit, causing the van to flip. We're told the van's driver, 56-year-old Corey Caldwell, and a passenger, 34-year-old Lahona Charles, were pronounced dead at the scene. We're told no one was wearing a seatbelt. In our final Big 7 story, sprucing up downtown Knoxville in efforts to keep it looking better and more visitor-friendly. We found out about this from Mayor Kincannon's office today. Changes include new anti-panhandling signs and new trash cans. And, of course, we're going to have more on this for you coming up tonight at 11 o'clock.